Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Frenchie. I hope you're all doing well, and today we are finally getting started with our Moneyball save. As we know, last time on Friday was the first video where we had a look at the team we're managing and a few little bits about the squad, but today we are ready to get kicked off for the season. Let's go ahead and get right into that. So, as you can see then, we are on the 31st of July. It is the first game of the season. We are going to be playing Accrington Stanley. In terms of schedule wise then, we have played a few friendlies. I forgot to organise them, didn't have an assistant manager, so we didn't have many, but we had 4. The first one was 7-1 battering by Blackburn. Second one was a local team, just to get some minutes in them. A good 2-2 draw against PSG2, I wasn't quite happy with that, and then a Burnley game where they only just beat us, so some promising signs. In terms of transfers then, if we go ahead and look at our transfer history, for some reason we signed a player for 400k. Now, as you know, we don't look at attributes, so we're going to ignore all these. But I want you to look at the other 4 players we brought in. The first of which, as you can see there, Callum Wright, who is a player capable of playing in the midfield, also on the wide right-hand side. If we again ignore the stats, ignore all this, he had a lot of good stats last season. If we go ahead and look. A lot of tackles, dribbles per 90 were quite solid when looking at them. I've obviously got my own scouting technique for this, and if you want me to share them, go ahead and drop a comment. I will 100% share it with you. The second player we brought in is Luke Garbutt, obviously let go by Everton in the real world just this summer. He did have a stint at Ipswich Town and Blackpool, a pretty decent left back really, for someone who can play on the left hand side of midfield, but also as a left back he provides some decent cover, plays multiple positions, quite tidy. For us, again, his stats last season, as you can see, pretty good tackling rate and a strong enough dribble and passing rate for a left back for what we want. Thirdly then is Mark Little, the 32-year-old defender from Bristol Rovers. Let him go. I believe we signed him on a free, did we? No, we signed him for 19.75 thousand. And again, looking at his stats, you can see a really high tackle rate in the league. 8 appearances, 5 tackles per game. That's quite a high number, and I think he's quite capable. As you can see, he's capable of playing on this right hand side. Final signing is a man named Kyle Joseph. He's just someone who, I saw him, he was quite cheap. He's not got a lot of experience, but 7 goals in 15 appearances last season, 7 starts, 15 starts. So quite a high level of dribbles, 3.10 per game, 50% shot on target rate. And he did get 62 fouls against him, and I think that'll be a perfect kind of player to utilise in our poacher role. So without any further ado then, we're going to go ahead and get into the first game of the save against Accrington Stanley, away from home, and hopefully it'll be a cracker. So then, looking at our first lineup of the season, obviously the crucial difficulty with this save idea is that we don't know who our best 11 are, because we have to look at who performs well early on, and we will make adjustments as it goes. I think January will probably be the real time when you see a big change and a big implementation of all the things I've got planned. But without further ado, then we're going to look at who we have got. In goal is Burgoyne, left back Daniels, obviously Luke Garbutt, I don't know if you saw, but he is currently out injured. He picked up an injury. He's out for 3 to 6 weeks, literally the day before the start of the season, which isn't ideal. Ameson, Williams is centre back part, and Mark Little coming in right back. Norburn, Vela in centre midfield right, and Armstrong on the wings. Udo and Cummings up front, and hopefully that team will serve us well. A few faces on the bench. Ricky Pike obviously was on loan last season at Solihull Moors. A pretty good return and some pretty good stats as well from my little bit of background research. So he will be looking to come into the squad this season, hopefully, and make an impact. So then, I am not going to pretend for a second I know a thing about Accrington Stanley, other than if I don't drink my milk, I will only be good enough to play for them when I grow up. But I will go ahead and run through the starting 11. So in goal, there's Stetch, right back Sykes, Sammer, Burgess and Pritchard to complete the defence, Callum, Waters, Seamus Connolly, Frederick Hamar, Butcher, Casti and Bishop to line off the 11. On the bench, they have Taggart, Charles, Savin, Mark Hughes, Ben Barclay, M. Nottingham and Ryan Fenlon. Again, don't know anything about them. If you do, go ahead, drop it in the comment, let me know. Give me some information about the lower leagues, because I'll be honest, I don't pay too much attention to them as a Liverpool fan. And there we are then, kicked off for the first game of the save. And there is an attack straight away for Shrewsbury. Here's Norburn out wide to Daniels. Can he find Armstrong? He can. Can he put the ball in? He's dribbled it out. Not the best start. So then a pretty boring start so far, other than dribbling the ball out of play. It's been a pretty slow beginning. We're going to go ahead and demand more from the squad. And hopefully we can push on and get an early goal as the away side and then settle into it a bit more. As Accrington are on the attack with a throw-in. Armstrong's won it back. He looks to find his man forward, but there's no one there. And for some reason, Ado is sitting quite deep, which isn't ideal. We don't want that. It's quite a small pitch, viewers. The Accrington pitch. Here is Ado, the target man. Out to Vela. Coming to make some run. He's found right, but it's been picked up by Waters. And Mark Little with a brilliant tackle. That's what we love to see. And Cummings is over the... It works, viewers. Bloody works. As Cummings gets his first goal of the season. Our first goal in the save. And replays are not on. So no replay of the first goal because I completely forgot to turn replays back on after playing offline. So sadly, we're going to miss that. But we have got another chance to get a second, which hopefully we will see as the ball is cleared. There's plenty of space on this right-hand side for Little. He just plays it straight to right. No nonsense. And he's a bit of a weak pass. Accrington camped in a minute. Here's Little on this right-hand side. He's probably advancing a bit too far forward, but here's Ado out to Armstrong, and Armstrong puts it in. 2-0 to Shrewsbury. A brilliant finish, brilliant move by us, really. And Accrington Stanley have got a mountain to climb with replays still not on for some reason. I'll bring you them at the end of the game. So then, as you can see, it is half-time in our first game. I think you could probably say we are dominating in stats, not creating quality chances, but finishing the ones we do get, which is brilliant to see. 10 shots, 7 on target is a great start. Some pretty good possession stats and pass completion. Obviously a double from Cummings and Armstrong. We'll have a quick look at them in 3D because we turned off the replays like a genius. So we're going to go ahead and see these goals. We will turn it down a little bit. So there we go. Mark Little dispossesses his man in the middle of the field. Plays a lovely ball over the top for Cummings, who latches onto it, takes one touch, slams it past the keeper to make it 1-0 after just 21 minutes. And then just 8 minutes later, Vela plays it out to Little again, crucially involved. Plays a lovely little ball across to Norburn, who finds O'Dara. Pass back to Armstrong, who just wraps his foot around it into the bottom right corner. A brilliant goal on the half-hour mark to put us 2 in front. As we're going to get into the dressing room, and we're going to outstretch arms. Actually, we're going to pump fists and say things are going well, but I know you better. And we get straight into the second half. I'll put it back on 2D replays here. So we've got a chance. Is Cummings out to Vela. Vela puts the ball in. It's cleared. They look to counter with a long ball over the top, but it is going to be the keeper's ball there, I think. Yep. Can we launch a counter? I'm liking the shape. Very compact. Very narrow. As the keeper takes his time. Looks for right. Finds Vela. Norburn out to Armstrong on this left-hand side. He can beat his man if he's got a chance to, but he doesn't there. He's dispossessed. Here is Pritchard for Accrington Stanley over the top to Cassidy. There's man enlivened in the middle. Can he find him? He can't. It's out to Pritchard. Can he do the same? He can't. It's Butcher. He's going to hit one, I think. He is. It's going to be blocked. Throwing bodies on the line here. Pritchard is through. And what a save from Burgoyne there to give Accrington a corner. And that will be the end of the highlight. And I will be happy with that. So then we are just over an hour in. We're going to make a change. We're going to take off Wright and bring on Pike. Because he can't play that side. He has got very good dribbling stats from last season, so hopefully he can make an impact. Wright has struggled a little bit so far. We're also, with just over 20 minutes, we've got this highlight. If this highlight is done, we may make another change with Armstrong on this left-hand side to Daniels and Norburn. Daniels, by the way, I believe, is... Charlie Daniels, I think, is a member of our academy. As Armstrong is through, can he make it 3? He can't. He can't punish Accrington for some poor defending and perhaps seal the 3 points. But we're going to make another change. We are going to bring on Dave Edwards for Vela, because Vela's been pretty poor with only 6.9. So Dave Edwards, obviously a very experienced player. For those of you who know the teams around this area, a bit of a journeyman in the West Midlands, but a very good one at that. As Pike can carry the ball away now. He looks long for Cummings. It's cleared. Pike tries to win it back but fails to. Deep ball put in, and we are going to instruct our team to waste a bit of time here so that we don't end up risking too much. As the ball goes long, it's Headed back forward but cleared. Bit of ping pong between the two defences here. And there's plenty of space on this right hand side for Pike if he can be found. But Cummings is going to be looked for instead, and he's very near. Can they get a goal back here? The ball's going to be played forward. It's going to hit the crossbar. It's going to get cleared, but not fully. And again, it's saved. I don't know what happened there, viewers. That was... So let's have a look at what just happened there. A bit slower as we turn the speed down. So you can see Casti plays a ball with their throwing bodies forward. Taggart with plenty of space on his right hand side. Puts a brilliant ball in, I must say, to Charles. It's saved onto the bar. Put back in by Pritchard and then tipped over by Burgoyne. That is absolutely stellar goalkeeping there. So then it looks like we will secure our first 3 points in our first managerial game. As we just look to waste a bit of time here. Is there going to be some last minute drama? No, just a yellow card. And there is the full-time whistle then. 2-0 the final score. Some clinical attacking in the first half. Perhaps a bit lucky in the second not to concede. But something I think we could all be very proud of. And we're going to say that. We're going to say I'm very happy with the way you played, boys. So then I will play through this Walsall game off camera, and I will come back for the Plymouth game. Plymouth, a team predicted to finish lower than us. Hopefully we can get a quite good result out of that. And I think that'll finish and wrap up today's episode. So I'll be back with you in a second. Don't go anywhere. So then, I know I said I'd come back for the Plymouth game, but scheduling changes, a relatively change of plan. We're instead taking on Peterborough. They are favourites to finish in automatic promotion spots. This season, we're favourites, predicted to finish 12th. So I thought this would be a bit of a fun game to see how our tactic really does. A few changes then. Charlie Daniels picked up an injury in training, so he is injected. He'll be out after this game. Mark Little is injured, just a few days, so I'm going to leave him on the bench. Ibanks Landell has come in for Aimson. Norburn and Vela stay in the centre of midfield. Barnett comes in for Wilson. Pike comes in for Adoa because he has just got an amazing height to him and he wins a lot of aerial challenges. So then again, I am not going to pretend I know anything about Peterborough other than that they are Lelujo's favourite team. But we're going to go ahead nevertheless and run through the starting 11. In goal then, we've got Cairns. In defence, Kent, Thompson, Edwards, Ward. In midfield, Fraser, Blake, Tracy, Taylor, Hamilton, Schmodix, I'm guessing, and up front, I'm presuming it's Piggott and Clark Harris. As we get underway, in our blue and yellow kit with Peterborough in the pink, hopefully we can get our first points on the board at home as we look to attack straight from the off with Norburn. That's that, viewers. So then Peterborough have got a free kick. Can they launch an attack from it? Here's Hamilton out to Taylor. Here's Piggott. Brilliant play from Peterborough as Ward drives towards the byline, looks to get a ball in, but it's a brilliant block by Daniels. Throwing his body on the line. And they're going to try to get something from the resulting corner as it's cleared away. Again, we've got a lot of height in that team. So I think we should be alright aerially. 10 minutes in and another chance for Peterborough to build an attack from the back, resulting from what I presume was an offside. Here's Blake Tracy with a lot of space on the left hand side. Hamilton looks for the shot, but it's nowhere near the goal. And easy for the goalkeeper to just watch sail over. Meanwhile, Omar Bogle has scored for Charlton. As we've got a chance with a throw in, it's cleared, but only as far as Vela. Here's Pike. Armstrong, oh my word! Daniel Armstrong with an absolute screamer into that right corner. The throw in is poorly dealt with by Peterborough, only as far as Vela, who looks for Armstrong. It looks for Pike. Pike lays it off and he's blasted it into that top right hand corner to make it 1-0. Second goal of the season, similar to how he scored his last goal. And we lead Peterborough with a chance to get another just a few minutes later. Here's Cummings. Wilson puts the ball in. It's out towards Armstrong again, but cleared. Here's Daniels. Looks for Norburn. And can Peterborough counter and get the ball, a goal back quickly? Here's Piggott. He's through on goal. It's a brilliant block and it's back to the keeper who's going to clear it. So then half time, and we go in with a 1-0 lead over Peterborough, and as you can see from the XG and even the stats, we're perhaps lucky to be 1-0 up, but we are going to take it. We're going to pump fists, saying, things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better, and then I'm going to tell them I've got faith in them. Hopefully some of them might actually react this time. A few, 4, brilliant. Brilliant. as we get underway with the second half, Peterborough kicking off, hopefully we can hold on to our lead or maybe snatch another and solidify and start the season off with 3 points away from home, 3 points at home, and kick off starting well. So then just 20 minutes to go, still 1-0, not really many significant highlights, but Burke is through here. Can a defender keep him up with him? And it's a deflected goal. Johnson Clark-Harris, perhaps unlucky. I don't think the keeper can be blamed really. Poor goal kick. A ball through, and who's marking him? Ebanks Landell doesn't carry his man, and then Clark-Harris hits it against Rashawn Williams, and the keeper can't really do anything. And we're going to bring off Ebanks Landell because he should be doing better, really. And we're going to bring off Cummings because we're going to change our entire strike force. We're going to bring on. We'll leave Cummings on for now and see if that partnership can flourish. Just 15 minutes to go then. 1-1 against Peterborough, a team predicted to go up, is probably not a bad result. So then we're going to bring off Armstrong. He's had a brilliant half, but he is knackered. We're going to put in Callum Wright in his place. Just for the last 10 minutes, hopefully he could have an impact. As Peterborough have got a chance. It's one back by Williams towards Cummings. We've got bodies throwing forward, but we've gone backwards. We've just not got the pace. Idoa is Vela. Again, there's plenty of space if you can find it. Here's Cummings. He's through on goal. He doesn't have the confidence to shoot at the minute, Cummings, in this game. But we're passing it around. We'll hold on to it brilliantly. We're through! Jason Cummings. I've just said he doesn't have the confidence to score. And then he puts a brilliant ball, shot, whatever. A brilliant bit of build-up. Passing it round. Lovely. Vela to Norburn. Back to Udo. One-touch football. Cummings is through and slides it past the onrushing Cairns in the Peterborough goal. Just under 10 minutes to go. A lovely little cartwheel from Cummings. We're going to go defensive. Try hold on to this 2-1 lead. Just over 2 minutes to go then. Plus added time as Peterborough are on the attack looking to equalise. And Clark-Harris is not going to double the keeper with that. 5 minutes out of time. I'm going to tell them to focus up when I get a chance. We've moved to defensive. Here's Wright. He clears it. Cummings doesn't look for the ball, which isn't great. Vela has played brilliantly, I must admit. A lot of tired legs as Blake Tracy's through. And makes it 2-2. I mean, it's frustrating because, you know, look how many people we've got behind the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players behind the ball. And not one of them decides to even attempt to put a tackle in after Vela puts it in there. Like, who is that? Who is that? Wilson, what are you doing? Keeper arguably could have done better. 2-2 then. Still enough time to get a goal back. We're going to demand more. Here's Barnett to Wilson. Looks for Cummings. Here's Cummings with the second chance. Vela, brilliant little bit of interplay, but given away. Rashawn Williams, though, is going to get to that second ball. Look forward, not find anyone, and cleared. Is Schmodix. Can they break our hearts in added time here? As they've thrown all but 2 players forward. Blake Tracy is through. Ooh, I don't like this. Get it clear. We get it clear. 30 seconds to go then. Can we hold on to a point? I didn't think this is how it would go after scoring that late goal. We're going to hopefully hold on. As goals are flying in across the league. Here's Carno. It's cleared. Blocked. And it's going to be a corner. Just seconds to go. Stop toe. He doesn't need to stop toe being fixed, does he? And it looks like that will be that. Yep, so then that is full time. 2-2 the final score. I mean, when you look at the stats, deserved. Full time then, and as you can see from the stats, we are incredibly lucky to come away with that with a point. XG 2.0 for Peterborough. Although here it says 1.8, so I'm not really sure which is. But I think you could argue that we were perhaps unlucky to concede in that the last few minutes, perhaps down to pure lapse of concentration from our defenders. Wilson having a 6.2, and he was mainly at fault, obviously covering for the injured Mark Little. As we're going to get into our dressing room and say you were unlucky. So then, as you can see, the league table, obviously only 2 games played, so it doesn't really carry much weight, but we are in the top 6. We're in the playoff positions. 4 points from the first 2 games after taking on Peterborough, who are favourites to finish in the automatic promotion spot, and ACCRINGTON Stanley, who are predicted, I believe, to finish above us. No, just around the same area of the table as we are, so not the worst start. 4 points for the first 2 games. Going forward then, I'm going to go ahead and play through a few of these games. Probably come back for the Wimbledon, the Oxford-Charlton game towards the end of August and September. Any signings I will make in the meantime, I will of course bring you in that episode. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Moneyball. Go ahead, leave me a comment if you want to see anything about how I run the actual save in terms of the more in-depth stuff. If you do want to know more, there will always be the blog posts which have a lot more in-depth coverage. Check that out in the description. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when the new videos go live every day at 4 PM. Check out my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord in the description too. Come say hi, give us a follow, and let me know what you thought of the videos. But other than that then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.